$226 through $250, or if I already called it, help me out. I've already done it.
Oh God, dude. Oh Lord. Oh my goodness, this is insane.
Thank you so much for waiting in two lines. It's like Disneyland here. We're trying to move it as quickly as we can. If you can do us a favor by not having any water bottles and really get locked and loaded to go through the line quickly, we'd appreciate it. We have 45 minutes time if we want to start on time. So we still have to the rest of you. There are protesting areas, standing areas. There's a bunch of press out there taking pictures. You can get paper, you can do it with them, or you can run away fast. One of those. So anyway, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Love the Hoosier weather, and we're all excited that we have a wonderful conversation tonight. Thank you so much.
Come on, thank you. Thank you.
Do you have an official press pass?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Sure.
Thank you.
Yep. On him.
You know, your pocket TV?
Yep. Except my back pocket.
Back pocket, what's in your pocket?
Phone. Yep.
Your back pocket to the-
Yep. Right here. Yep. It's been a long day.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Press, yep, press
Could
battery.
you display your press pass for here, please?
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. In here. One more. It's supposed to be good. $7.83. That's how I keep the phone. So. Here.
So I was going to ask you for that. I mean, I love your.
Hey, infantry. No. The not the organization. You said the organization's handing out whistles? How? Are you serious? Oh my god. Like, you haven't, like, no, I feel that because okay. Yeah, you want to see the problem. Okay. Let me know if you have trouble. Goodbye. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that you're talking about. That's kind of I have to that before. It's showing that. Yeah. I really like that. Yeah. Okay. There you already have. Yeah. Awesome. So we'll start out with saying it's about okay, and you went. So this quite the drive. Well, it's on the way home. Okay. I drive. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So you're stopping in Westfield today. Why are you here? Well, yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So what do you do basically today? What do you looking for? Construction you submitted question. Well, okay. What was your comment? Why? Me, when you first got they yeah. So that's your point about the green. What about your point about mentors? Why do you feel that she makes sense? You're late. No, I know, I know. I'm sorry. No, you're right. I might just send my I brought my computer this time. I was like, what is this? Yeah, not really cool.
Just want to let you know we're expecting a good crowd tonight, so it's still coming in. So just be ready to, if you have to, you may have to slide left, right, make another seat. If there's a seat next to you, hopefully there's one, or if there's two separate, slide to the left or right, just so people can sit. So we appreciate your help and hopefully you'll start. Thank you.
It's now. Yeah, you have. I'm
Set up right here. Down. And I'll probably look up there and scout it. Is that one?
I just texted you. Okay. Yeah.
And then I'm here, so we're just doing all that good stuff. This is already on your bigger platform. So, other than that, we're good.
We're just waiting for Clark to come out. Yeah. No, you know. Oh, yeah, it probably is. You know, it doesn't surprise me. It does not surprise me. It's like, yeah. Yeah, I'm up here. I already seen the video. Video runs the ED before. Be sure. Be sure. It's all that broadcasting and every YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok. We do have to get you a probably both. And then, so, I'll give you the, because these cost about $10 a state. And then they'll renew it every year. So what I'll do is I'll give you the $10. They only take cash and check in the state or the thing. So, and then we'll fill in your application. All it is. And then after that, it's something like,
It's too bad I can't put a law.
well, here's the problem. Then after that, you're not going to the questions. So they only Yomana's does the, he does our like, and it's just too big for state, like national, the national politics. He writes all about that.
Okay.
It's almost. You're here. I have to talk for it.
I know you're good. Trying to figure out how it's I guess. Audio.
Oh, yeah.
No mop box, so you want to. So. Afraid they didn't pick up.
What? I think I got it. Yeah, you do that. It's not hard. And he stopped me anyway. He's an idiot. I was here for anyway.
Anybody need anything? All right. Are any of you live streaming this?
Yes. Yeah.
Where are you live streaming it to?
Okay, so we're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that fun stuff.
Okay. And is there a link that I can share? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
thank
Go
you.
to our Facebook, the Who's Your Inquirer.
Who's your inquirer?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got several people asking,
Yeah.
and I figured you guys would know.
Yeah, we're live streaming right now. We were live streaming out in the parking lot, and then we're live streaming in here now.
Right.
I was told I can't come back out again.
Yeah, they won't let us out.
Yeah, now once you're in, you're in. I
Okay,
used too many, so.
I got you. I'll
Okay.
share it along.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
Everyone. Yeah, what they say. Exactly, yeah.
It's just, it's so stupid. And I was like, also, I don't need to say it.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's like, you go first.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't even know they would. We came an hour early and they were still out there lined up. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, they have they said they have some going on outside too. Yeah, we'll send in all your stuff in.
I don't really have something like a gosh. Yeah.
I thought you said 6, and that's yeah, it's 5:55. I can't believe we've been here.
I think it probably falls. Yeah.
Oh, yes. You're over there. Anyone did. I think it's funny. I'm talking. I'll be psychographic. Remember, rely on this burger. The last guy. Man. Did you get any pictures outside? Some on I probably. Well, you know, a lot of them here. Yeah. I'm, it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I know Smith's gonna help me do that. Come on, Victoria. Huh.
I got pictures of you.
Come on, Mr. Whitley. Stay protected.
Yep, you fought me. Here over an hour, got a witness. You're an idiot. Linda Brown's gonna have fun with you.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Yeah. You're going straight to jail.
Yep, sure am.
Yeah.
I'm in the cell next to you, though.
Oh, Bob's gonna testify against you too.
Very well.
Yeah, he will. He'll be there Tuesday. So scared, you gotta follow me. No.
Do you guys know what the odds is? Is there a mall box?
No, there's no.
Did you guys just set mics up there?
No, pretty much. That's what it's pretty much built here. It's not, so we're praying to God that these speakers up here.
Yeah, they.
Walking around. Okay.
Yeah.
To look at the rates.
Did you guys get shots of the protesters and stuff? Out
Yeah,
there? I wish I
They were given a Westfield.
Yeah.
really. I hope they'll still be out there. I didn't get shots of them because the parking situation was a pain in the ass.
It's
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
I just
Be honest with you,
that's
we
fine.
had different locations, but we don't have more than 100 people, and it's very nice that a lot of you came. We moved our larger locations, it's over 500 people, and we're ready to share. So my team is trying to actually set up a live stream. I hope so bad, but we'll try to do more town halls, so maybe try to do something more remote. Unfortunately, you know, there are rules and we can't accommodate more people inside, but we'll try to do live. So, but in the meantime, we're working on that. I'm going to invite Sergeant Bertrand in the regions, and I appreciate all the ways being here and helping out in this way.
I would stand up and join you in the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to stand one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty.
Thank you very much. You know, and then what I'll tell you a little bit how we're going to be doing that. So, you know, I know there is a lot of brown and everything else, but I want us to have a conversation. I've been doing town halls since I was state senator. Actually, I don't think any other elected officials in Indiana are doing that. And there is a lot of, you know, my team is very stressed out, police stressed out. I really would like to actually thank all of the police officers that here and a lot of military people for their service to our public safety. Can you stand up? Thank you. I promise them that I'll be paid. And I also think I hope we can have conversations. I know even conversations can start at my institutions, and tell me how it is that I'm doing town halls because it gives me the ability to have a direct communication with all of you. I also have my team, I think they're all over here, but I have few of them, my team member, David, he's running my constitution services and he's doing a great job. He works for my two predecessors. And, we serve everyone, even though you both work, if you have issues with federal agencies, my team is doing a great job. And he's David, I have Brian, he came from BC, and JP is actually here. I have the rest of the team somewhere around, but if I get a chance, maybe I'll introduce them at the end, but they work very fast. And I'll be honest, they're very nervous because there's a lot of drama happening. So if you get upset, just please scream at me on that. Please do, because they're serving the government, they're serving you as everyone else. We'll have a conversation. So what I'm going to do, there are some issues that are very hot ticket items. So I will cover them at the beginning. The issues that I get a lot of requests and the issues that we get a lot of phone calls. And then while I'm doing that, we actually, Laura Wilson agreed to facilitate the town hall. She's actually a professor at the University of Indianapolis, and she's on the debate commission. So we'll have someone who's not partisan, who's done a lot of debate, and who can help us, to do that and kind of look at questions, make sure that we can have organized conversations. And if you have any specific for me, the team will try at the end of the town hall, just talk with you in person and try to answer your questions with them personal questions, but we'll try that. Once we don't answer, my team is going to log into the system and you're still going to get a response. But she'll try to make sure that questions will get relevant for larger group of people because there are a lot of questions and can be redundant too. So I want to thank Laura. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. So outside of sounds like a lot of you probably know, some maybe not, that actually I'm a CPA and I did accounting for living for over decades. So when I ran for Congress in 2020, the biggest issues I felt I faced was in our financial situation, because if we don't have money to be able to do the services that government is supposed to do, we're in big trouble. But so we need to make sure that we do well with what we and keep taxes low, have growth of the economy, but also deliver on our promises. So I'm going to go through a few numbers because I think there is a lot of misconception and misrepresentations what's really happening in DC, what Dodge is doing and what is reconciliation doing and what we're doing about a variety of issues. So, let's talk. I just wanted to explain where we are. In these issues that didn't happen overnight, these issues that took us a couple of decades to get, but as of right now, our fiscal situation is this shape. In 2024, we roughly collected 5 trillion, spent 7 trillion. So obviously we have a 2 trillion shortfall, right? So annual shortfall. We already accumulated 36 trillion of debt. And if you can see, our debt reached, levels of World War II, which was very temporary debt due to the war. This is becoming a permanent debt. It's getting growing more and more. So our debt situation is becoming more and more dire. We spent over $1 trillion just on interest for the national defense. And when we refinance bonds, now there's a higher interest rate. So we're spending roughly half of our revenue just on interest. So if we don't do something about this situation, we will have no money to be able to provide benefits that we promised. And I think that is very unfair if we don't. So we have to make sure that we do a better job. How we can make government efficient, and how we can make sure we deliver on promises. It seems like it used to be a bipartisan issue, but unfortunately, actually President Obama passed very significant legislation on government efficiency, and he tried to do something, but unfortunately the government needs some new tools and mechanisms and technologies that haven't been used, and a lot of things were not accomplished. And if you see, all of the major funds are going solvent. 28, highway fund, medical, 31, and social security 33. If we don't fix things now, there are going to be automatic cuts, and we want to avoid that. So how can we avoid it? We can do several things. One thing is, so if we take the money from the richest people who will be able to pay enough. You know, one thing about that is every single day at the table in discussion. What we're trying to do right now in the current environment, we're trying to do three things. One thing I want to see how we can have, you know, small businesses and consumers to pay less tax. People with lower income, because inflation hurt them a lot, so we can have growth in the economy. Because growth will help us with revenues. That's number one thing. Number two thing, we're trying to see how we can come up to true fraud, waste, and abuse. It used to be very if you want to have the money to go to fraud, waste, and abuse, you know, you register to all the families that go to your but I want to make sure that I want to make sure that we can transfer stuff. And then how we can have more jobs actually, you know, being creating jobs here and grow. And I have a lot of my district is very diverse, right? So I have richest county, Hamilton County, and I have some of the poorest counties that hurt significantly when manufacturing left United States. So we're trying to see how we can bring more good paying jobs in manufacturing back to the United States so that the people have better living. So that is what we're going to do. So I want to talk about misconceptions, okay? So there's a lot of talk about social security. So let's talk about social security. Social security is going to be a bipartisan discussion. This discussion is going to happen under this president or under this Congress. Unfortunately, there is no discussion for bipartisan right now. So social security can't be discussed. It has to have 60 people in the Senate to agree to that. It's going to be installed in 2033, so next president will have to have this discussion. What are we going to do? You know, and it will have to be bipartisan agreement what to do about it, because we need to make sure that we deliver to seniors their promised benefits and what we're going to do in the future. So if we don't do nothing, we're going to get a and we'll try to avoid that. That's why we need to make sure that these benefits are going to get right. But that is what happened with president. So this is here, and next presidential debate, you know, is going to be in 4 years. Decide who you like and who you don't like. You know, right now, and I said to you, President Trump is protected, you know, and yes. Yeah. This is so so we have nothing to worry, but I hope we have to discuss 4 years. Yeah, and let's talk about healthcare, Medicare. Interesting to me that years ago, you know, a lot of Democrats, so now we're talking how much Medicare fraud is, Medicare Advantage. We have how much big monopolies over billing. It was a bipartisan issue. And it's interesting for me that actually Vice President Biden, actually people get opposed, and go do that, and go do that. If you just listen, I actually a tax person. So let's just show them, see, I am going to actually have a proposal. So what I think can happen, but what I want to explain to you, you know, a lot of this issue used to be one party, and actually Vice President Biden was holding some of this funds. Misappropriations of billions. Do you think it's right? Not to cite conservative newspaper, right? I don't think that writes the nice about me. So I got that company, you know, and they just had an article that actually money that should go to nursing homes and seniors that would die. It wasn't so creative, but it was hospitals. So do you think it's the right thing to do? So I'm just Well, if you want to listen to me, we'll listen, but if you're just really up there, it's already been word, I would do it. I'm not that bad, but I do, I agree, I agree. So we can talk about what Doris is doing, I do, but let me tell you what Doris did. Do you think well, I've been thinking, but you don't Doris did. But I don't know what they did. So they came, because the part of the listen to me, they're and you just think that you're going to have one of these sessions, right? I wanted to hear. You might not like what I have to say, but I wouldn't like it. I don't like it. So I'm going to have, let me see that. Listen, you know, you need to hear what they're really doing. If you want to hear what I'm just saying, is it not a common sense? And this is your money, treasure is your money. So now, treasure is your money. This is your money. I'm trying to please me, and let's please an opportunity to model the kind of grace and form we want to see. And then I'm through the my work, and I think this is a great opportunity for us to do that. We have plenty of questions that I hope we're able to get to, and we have several hard questions to ask of representatives part, but we still have to ask the directors first. So we can ask them.
Just one second, guys. I'm gonna go over those.
Thank you to hear it. So, now, so that's what it's going to do. It's actually trying to figure out. People and there's questions, that I'm sure you have about. And I'll get more at the end. If you want me to give a little time. And I'm trying to tackle President Biden will do it. Unfortunately, President Trump is back on the product abuse. It become a controversy. But it is what it is. What we're going to do, as I said, I thought we have a public view of the conversation and we have a respectful conversation, so we cannot do that, you know, if we guys scream it. But, you know, but I think, guys, we're going to, right now, go to your questions. I'll have Laura go to the, okay?
Okay, so we received a great variety of questions that we're hoping to go through as many as we can. We've been organizing them based on topics. And I do want to start with the question that was posed to us by Karen in Fishers, number 155, and it's a question regarding benefits upon retirement. The way we'll do this is I will offer up, if you want to ask your question to Congresswoman Sparks directly, you're able to. If you would prefer that I do that, I'm happy to do that on your behalf. But could I see Karen from Fishers, number 155? And you can bring your additional questions up here, so we would love to see all of them.
Get microphone if you want to answer the question. Karen? Get the microphone to Karen, or would you want us to take the question? So who has a microphone? Do you have a mic? Can we make sure, Jessica, can you get the mic to Karen, please? Yeah, make sure that we have person this on the other side. Right there. Karen is right there. Jessica, right there. Can you please make sure? Thank you.
Hi, thank you for coming here. I actually have a letter from 1984 when I was in high school. I had to write a letter to was Reagan at the time, and I asked him about Social Security and if we were going to have it when I was retiring. He had one of the staff members send me something back, and I would just like to read to you what he said at that time, a Republican. He said, when signed into the Social Security Amendment in 1983, President Reagan noted that the new law demonstrates for all time our nation's ironclad commitment to Social Security. It assures the elderly that America will always keep the promises made in troubled times a half-century ago. It assures those still working that they too have a pact with the future. From this day forward, they have our pledge that they will get their share of benefits when they retire. I would like to know how you ensure that all Americans now and in the future will receive their benefits when they retire, and also respectfully ask that you stop the limits of Social Security. For example, Elon Musk, a couple minutes past midnight on January 1st, he's down paying for the entire year.
So please, let me just screen it there. Let me answer the question. So the numbers that are working, we have a lot of people, baby boomers are retired, right? Less than people in workforce. So the numbers that working very negatively for us. So it will have to be a discussion. Every single should be on the table. We'll have to figure out how to make sure that people get their benefits. But as I said before, there is no desire for bipartisan. We tried to do bipartisan commissions last Congress, in bicameral bipartisan, in the Senate and the House. We actually had to introduce bills. I have several senators, Democrats and Republicans, who are in the Senate. No one wanted to do it. So until we have, discussion with American people during presidential election, that discussion will happen. What do we need to do? But I can tell you, everything will be on the table because we have to resolve the situation and make sure we keep promises to the people. But there is no bipartisan of this situation. We can't even put fiscal commission anymore. Even people agreeing to do it because everything became so partisan in this Congress and no one wants to work with President Trump on the other side. So that's why it's going to be a problem. So I'm just telling you, this issue will come in the next election. It will be a big issue. But this issue is not going to resolve now because Democrats do not want to work on bipartisan balance. To do is to make sure that people who are using the internet and get social security incorrectly, that they don't do it so we can save this progress. That's what we're trying to do. So hopefully I answered your question. And I'd be happy to go more in detail on numbers, but I completely agree. President Reagan said it right. We have to keep promises to kill the what other people feed. We must keep the promises what we promise to the people. That's responsibility for us. We need to balance the system, and that is not a discussion that must happen. And having happened, President Reagan said, well, Congress 30 years to do that. Well, guess what? Congress 30 years to judgment. But Congress will have to wait. I am. And listen, and I want those right over. I like to put that commission on the floor and we even watch. But unfortunately, Joe Biden didn't want to do it.
Among the topics we received several questions on included the recent signal scandal. And we received a lot of great questions on this. But I'm going to ask Stephanie from Carmel, number 120. She asked a great question on signal. Would you like to ask it at the conversation? We'll get it.
Hi, my name is Stephanie and I just wanted to see what your plan is to address the issue with the administration talking about classified military operations and signals. And we demand the immediate resignation of Pete Hegseth. We demand the immediate resignation of Pete Hegseth, Michael Waltz, and the rest of the group.
So let me just address. No, I don't want to do that. But talking about the issue, one thing that I want to share with you, I think it is actually very bad, and there is some classified, usually classified information. We have a mechanism to share that and deal with that. But there is sensitive information. It might be classified. And one thing, I am pretending that we need to do a better job, but we have two that have information. We have to communicate with each other. So we don't or just something that is going to stay. Because that's a situation. So hopefully we'll get better and it should be good. Because we don't even have the members of Congress, a lot of Democrats and Republicans, who can say that because we don't have any other tools. And I was very surprised that I didn't get the partisan response. So we have to we have to declassify. And you know what? The have to know is can't be able to have this conversation. You wasn't going to do that. So I think with all the technologies that happen in the real world, the government, we know we have to
Our next question is from Matt and Carmel. He's number 438. Matt and Carmel. If you would like to ask your question, 438, we can get a microphone to you. Over here. Matt, you're allowed to ask a question. Can you give the ability to do
As a Ukrainian, or at least someone who was born and raised in Ukraine, would you actually support a NATO or international peacekeeping force as part of a peace agreement to end the war and also hopefully deter Russian aggression? I mean, for the foreseeable future, or at the very least, just offer Article 5 protection, like the Italian Prime Minister suggested, I want to say like a few weeks ago, or maybe it was a few weeks ago, I believe. Anyway.
Thank you.
I think when Russia has been allowed to get away with too much, and we have to deal with it. Russia has been and so we have these discussions on the table. President Trump put everything on the table, and I should be making sure that how we can go further. But as you know, the Soviet Union wasn't taken down by weapons. Soviet Union, which is Russia, a big part of it, was taken down by energy policies and financial policies. So Russia should have consequences on that, but if we don't have good energy policies and destroying our domestic energy, we're funding Russian wars. That's the reality of that situation. So we need to be smart. Europeans need to be smarter to deal with Russia, because Putin will go as far as he'll be allowed to go. And I think, thanks to a lot of things that happened, braver Ukrainian military, that was happening, the volunteers, there were a lot of volunteers from America and around the world help with that war. Also the money and backwards of European, but unfortunately it was not done with a strategy to deter him further. So I think it's everything on the table, and Europeans are looking maybe to have some coalition and build to send some peacekeeping forces there too, because we have to deal with Russia, how not to let them get away and go further, and they've been going through 14 or 2008 with Georgia. And they cause us problems not just there, they cause us problems in Africa, they team up with China, they destabilize the Middle East and do all over the world. We understand that it is actually, the big problem, but we need to be smart, and we deal with countries with how, government, but for us, we have to make sure that we have oversight. That's the reality. That is the reality. We need to make sure, because I demanded to have point-to-point logistics, strategy, and oversight of money, because we can understand build our country for bankrupt. We have to spot it. We don't have never ended, we never have that. But we have to do Russia properly into a strategy. But right now, we need to force them to the table, because the way is going in the wrong direction. And we cannot further let it escalate. The situation in there is pretty tough. And I've been in the trenches and I've seen what's happening. So I'm not starting from just, TV. I understand what's happening. It's a very difficult situation. We have to deal with Russia, and it's going to be very tough negotiation, and a lot of things will be on the table, but we'll have to figure out what to do with Russia in the long run, and also talk about how we reform some of these agencies, that we don't have all or nothing approach. If you're a member of NATO, you have full protection. If you're not, anyone can take over, millions of people can die. All these institutions that were created after World War II are not working. UN is corrupt, and this is the reality, and we need to be proud of that. So that's
Our next question is from Joanne from Westfield, 335 in Home Terrace. For Joanne from Westfield.
Joanne, do you have Joanne?
I'm happy to read it for you if you prefer, but we do want to give you that opportunity. Would you like to ask the question on behalf? Okay.
You want to ask on her behalf, or have Laura can do it too? It's up to you. Jessica, I need you to get faster. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming, Congresswoman. We appreciate it. And I hope that we can be somewhat more calm and collected and have nice conversations. Because that's the only way, that's the democratic way of working out problems. My question, my question is, are tariffs an indirect tax on Americans who purchase goods in this country? And I'm sure as a CPA, you will steer us in the right direction.
I'll tell you, there is a short-term user tariffs and long-term user tariffs. And what President Trump has the tools, what he's trying to do, you know, and we agree, maybe disagree. Some of the things I might disagree some ways, some might, but what he's trying to do, which some of the things I think it's a valid reason. Somebody's going to tariff us, you know, and we should in return tariff them to make sure that this country stabilizes. We must make sure that we protect, bring American job back to us. To basically, we lost manufacturers in a lot of, you know, so in a lot of these jobs, you know, lots of jobs, significant burden became for us because a lot of people don't have these opportunities. So I think we need to make sure that we align them. So President Trump is using tariffs right now, you know, to try to be able to stabilize the situation. But I said, yeah.
I don't have a mind so fair, but you do agree that the tariffs are in effect an indirect tax on Americans who are buying goods.
It depends. And I'll tell you why. It depends. If you have alternatives or not in the it depends if I to realign with that. Actually, President Biden kept a lot of presidents on stairs because he helped to realign us to have domestic production of jobs. So if you use it smartly and for the purpose it results, it actually brings growth to the economy and internal domestic economy. So it depends where they apply, how it applies, and for what reason. If you don't have some product in your country never will have, and it's just going to be taxes for no reason, then it could be actually additional. But I think we should try to use it in a smart way and try to apply for each of the products where we can increase domestic production, where we can work with the other companies which are our goods, because we don't allow our export for our farmers. A lot of these countries are blocking us. You know, so in a lot of ways, it's not issues of our lives, also not really have distortion in the economy. So it depends on this, but they try to use it for right now for a reason to be realignment to the economy and not for a reason to actually to add costs because they want to reduce costs. And we have a lot of different countries that control supply chain. And during COVID, they increased significantly prices with no reason because they control 80 to 90% of supply chain like China. And when they do that, they have their fleet. So when they do that, they have so much to the cost. People don't realize that a lot of them never put the prices down. So that is a logic. This is a true tax. When they do check out the prices with no justification and control the market. You know, because we don't have diversification, so we need to diversify the dependency. If I'm a CPA and economist, I have several degrees in economy, I'll tell you. As a CPA, it depends what is applied and for which reason, and what is the end result you're trying to achieve. Every policy, it depends what the end result you're trying to achieve. And I think as the long term across the board, it brings negative, but solutions to realign economy can actually be very positive effects and also help in the price. Yeah. Well, I answer your questions how it is, but I can't, we need to do it on it. I report again, the FSPPA, the economist with main PA, MPA, Bachelor's in International Economics, I said it depends. Listen, I understand, as a long-term solution, it is not a sustainable solution, and no one is trying to do it. Not already happened, but as a short-term mechanism to realize it will be done.
Our next question is from Anne from Carmel, number 412. Is there an Anne from Carmel 412? Okay, excellent. A microphone to you. Okay.
Thank you for being here, Congressman Logan. Appreciate your time. I'm a family physician here locally, and I'm very concerned about the threatened cuts to the CDC. We've all just come through a very difficult pandemic that my colleagues and I have supported our community through. And I'm seeing cuts in vaccine programs that really frighten me because we are continually seeing viruses mutate, and we need to be prepared. So I feel that this is very short-sighted, especially given the recent experience that we've all just had.
Well, I think that we appreciate a very important job, and we have more independent family physicians that being acquired by hospitals and get highly subsidized more and more. We're talking about the type of the government employment. We have over 3 million employees, in the federal government. Actually, under President Clinton, I think the government was 400,000 employees, and no one was screaming about it. But what we need to still have more than 3 million left. What they're trying to see how to make sure that we provide these services in a more effective way, and we make sure that people that work in these agencies actually do the work for the people. Because we really do democracy when we try to do everything at the federal level, and we're good at nothing. And you know what happened with this pandemic? No one was ready to that pandemic. No one was ready. And the agency, we had oversight here. Pandemic happened 4 years ago, they didn't change a bit. So something has to happen because we know things can happen and we need to be ready for that pandemic. But agencies have to become more accountable to the people. We need to do a better job with oversight of our budget, which is congressional full. 85% of our money we never looked at. Congress haven't looked for decades. 85%. 85% of the money. Congress never looked. So we're not authorized to spend, but we can look at. I have actually put a working group together and put in pressure my own party, try to do some reforms that we said doing a better job to see which programs are good and are bad, which programs are bad. That's what we need to do. We need to make sure we're looking at them and make sure that our branches are held accountable and we have best advisors that want to come to work in federal government. And it is unfortunately not the case anymore. So I think if you're ever interested in work in healthcare, I have advisory group with me. I would appreciate your input because I'm personally involved in fixing a lot of distortion and problems in healthcare. And I hope we can have my partners in conversation on that and if you need information, agency to participate. I think if we have a smaller group, we can have more productive conversations on this issue of United Hearing and give your information on that.
Our next question is from Keith from Westfield, number 142. Keith from Westfield, number 142. Thank you.
Thank you. My question is actually related to all of the immigrants that are being rounded up and deported. Are they entitled to due process? Or are we? Or is it supposed to take the word of the administration and ship out the country without any opportunity to defend themselves?
Okay. Let me answer the question. So, listen, we're kind of immigrants. I came here as an immigrant. We still have my young kids. But we need to make sure that we have, we have legal processes and going on. We cannot open the door. We cannot create a system where coming here in decades that is impossible, but coming can come here and get a lot of healthcare benefits. So we have to make sure that we that border and that border name time is insanity. So if you come here, so a lot of this country is not something you try. If you sleep way in the other country, don't get here in the country. So when there is no problem you violate the law, period. You violate the law, you are not entitled to due process. And these people violate the law. It is violating the law, and that's why we need to make sure we take this under control. The border has to be secure because of the life of your children. It's not on you. Protect control the border. These police officers and our border patrol brave people risk their lives because they allow criminals to cross the border. That is wrong. That is wrong. We, for the people that is entitled to the process will help, but for the criminals and breaking the law, we have to stop that. And we need to deter. We need to deter. We need to deter illegal activities. Because we have to get the way they look. I don't think anyone listens to me, so what I think I say in my opinion, we might disagree with it, but we'll go to the next question. The next question is from Fisher, number 106. That's Pam from Fisher, number 106. Pam from Fisher, number 106. He didn't like it when I gave him my goal last time. Sorry.
Okay. So my question is about the VA. My best friend, he served as a combat Marine over in Iraq, and he was there when they had the open burn pits, and he was supposed to have surgery on his sinuses, but that was canceled. He has PTSD. Those appointments were canceled. He's supposed to have appointments for his knee and back. Those appointments were canceled. When is he supposed to get the health care that he deserves for serving his country?
I completely agree with you. Everyone here who served the country is alive to get the best care in their back home. So if you have a specific issue, of course, the frustration right there with the general VA. So if you have a specific issue, we can involve them and have a good team. If you have a specific issue, just reach out to my office. There's a date here. There's a lot of dates. I do not know circumstances to a friend, but this is an issue with health. I personally get involved with something wrong. I mean, with leadership, I go talk to them and I told them that they don't take care of as well. I get on that. I want to make sure it's happening. As related to healthcare services, we actually probably offer more opportunities for veterans to get the best healthcare And that is a discussion we should have, because you know, everyone can the best services at the VA level, and we should have more flexibility. If VA cannot do some of the services, because some VAs are great, some are not bad. They have areas that don't have problems. But in that specific situation, I want to make sure that you get, I think you get part from David, so you give us information, and we'll make sure that you're in charge. Thank you. Thank you.
Next question is for Lauren from Tipton, 332.
So those are that issue. I actually was supposed to know this show the that. I think we can make it
microphone to you.
with. I'm not used to that, so they can keep in touch with them. What happened next?
First, I would like to thank everybody who asked the questions before. Those were some really common sense questions, so thank you, everybody. And then, and thank you for coming, Representative.
I can see where you are.
I'm right here. I'm short.
Okay, could you do it?
So given current events, what are you doing to rein in the executive branch and support the judges?
You might know me well, might know I from in much better time that I actually willing to challenge it in my own party when I on the audition, and I was very hard to make sure that our branch would do the job, because the only way, and listen, I like what the president is doing, I know what this president is doing, but when it comes to training an executive branch that oversees the Senate and House of Lords, we make no laws. Supreme Court told us to pass no laws. 85% of them will look at that. So I am trying to work across my body to do the work of the Lord to reform our budget that through Senate that is important. We're not doing that. We don't know people that can put spreadsheets together. That is the tough reality in Congress. So you want to make sure that your money is spent. So the only way to have you Robinson in charge. You know, like this president was the biggest president I have this one, but I look at the Florida. How can we make sure that Congress does its job? We the people who are Congress, when we don't have money in power, when we do not use the money going, then you are not represented. And it has been for decades. For quarter of a century, Congress doesn't know where the money goes. Quarter of a century. I'm trying to change it. I don't need to but I tried to support the group, and I met some Democrats for change to work with us. Behind the back, someone can do. I'll be honest with you, behind the back, we have some information. I do not know. And the even today that we can even help our parties. But unfortunately, I'm stressed. I know you guys listen to a lot of, from other side. I don't know, but people can work for to get together. It's very difficult. Right now to find 85 parties in Congress. Now, this is the reality of what's happening. And without bipartisan agreement, we cannot do it. So I'll do my best. This is the reality that has to be addressed. We should not be spending the money with a proper oversight of Congress. We should not let the agencies run around and check whether they work for the project. There should be evidence. It's never been a part of the issue before. Unfortunately, it became. So I'll do my part, and I'm trying to make sure that my party, if we don't have a proposal, how we're going to do Congress, and maybe we'll get some Democrats. I'll try to do that.
Our next question is from Carlos. Carlos, I know you're from Distribution Reform, but I know that you're number 46. Carlos from number 46. We have a Carlos 46. I will ask your question for you.
So.
Okay, this is what Carlos R. number 46 asked. He said, what do you have to offer to the leftists and progressive Democrats? I want to feel represented by candidates, politicians on all sides of the political aisle. How are you looking out for those who vehemently disagree?
It's actually I found this some interesting that when I served the judiciary, I had that actually working more bipartisan issue. That is the most heated committee in the whole United States Congress. I actually had a bill with Representative Jayapal dealing with cultural monopolies against antitrust. I actually had the bill with Representative Raskin commemorating. Unfortunately, we became very far apart in a lot of issues, and no one wants to have a conversation. Everyone goes to the child or the care, representation, not to really find a solution. Some issues we never agree on. This is reality, and then actually you decide to represent. You vote for people that you agree on. But there are some issues for national security we should be able to agree on. We should be able to have a conversation. That is unfortunate because a lot of politics right now, but I still think, we are going to be able to do some things, after, maybe reconciliation. I'm going to try to find some, people to be able to do that, so I'm actually working with local communities right now. I have a working group to deliver reconciliation and the laws because I'm going to work Congress. I'm a joint economic task force. I run in that. And I that you have. I think you have a good plan, okay? But then we'll figure it out. Some things that we will work on issues, and even some of the issues we might be able to find common ground.
The next question is from Nicole Kennedy, flat number 52, and I apologize in advance if I mispronounced your name.
I do not, well, listen, with all the judgments out.
It's my turn. Okay, so with Trump and Elon's DOGE cuts, USAID, USDA, increased tariffs, Department of Education, what are you doing for the farmers in Indiana? Because Indiana is a farming state. And the farmers lose money. And if from that, you gave your credentials earlier, let me get mine. I grew up on a farm. I'm an American. I'm a master's level therapist as well as a PhD. So when I'm asking this question, I don't want to know for me. I don't want to know for my family. I want to know for the farms in Indiana. What are you doing to make sure that those products and those goods that they sell to other countries through USAID, through USDA, and through our Department of Education, what are we going to do? Because those are gone. They lost their work.
I have a farm operation. I drive a combine. I have a farm. Thousands of acres of it. So I can tell you for first-hand knowledge, I actually write the checks for that terminal. I actually wrote today, watch that, the prices increasing for the grain prices, for all of the seed prices, for all of the regulation, expensive combine, and all I have to pay. So I'm not just looking hypothetical. I'm just in this business. We've been, my family has been farming over thousands of acres in the area for years, for generations. My aunt grew up in the farm in Noblesville. And they and he almost farming and it's farming. I just started. Just I don't know how to do, but I tell you what to do. And we're going to have a farm bill. And I want to work on this issue because small
but we'll have, and we're going to rise in the program. We need to make sure that some of this program, like chip-off programs, that actually used by large big process and monopolies to subsidize the political interest in DC, which actually, when I put it on the floor, it was a bipartisan issue. And see all the time. But we will try to make sure we actually didn't have any PPP loans, because I don't have them. But I'll tell you something. It's very important that we have farms survive and small family farms survive. And we need to start looking into funds. The only place we can have that discussion is a farm bill, because it's a must-pass legislation. So I actually just went to the White House, our new Secretary of Agriculture, and I said, I would like to sit down sometimes with you and have also discussion. How we can help our nation food. So our children are healthy, and we have a better choice of food, and farmers want to incentivize people by having food in my production. How do we have choices in it? Farming is open house bill, and we have competition for value, and have a better way in innovative agriculture, and it's not happening. So I hope we can have this conversation. We have a relationship that you might not like him, but our state wants to have this conversation. How we can do that. And so I actually do have, I have agricultural books because I have life advisory books at different times. And for me, it's important that we get all inputs. I told you, I read it. I actually get a lot of ideas from people on the ground from a variety of things. I usually just read it through. I usually just farm. I'm interested to look at people who maybe not in the farm, but familiar with the farm, and have another perspective of how the farm business is, not just farmers, because if you look where you're keeping, you might have a broader perspective. I think we need to look at that, and farm bill is going to be an opportunity. After we've done a few other things later in the summer, in August, we have a recess. We'll have a lot of town halls, and I usually do a lot of things on farming, because farm bill will have to be authorized in September, October. And that's where the policy can happen. I'd be happy to hear from you. I would like to do that. We must like each other to get to know you, but thank you for the question.
Our next question is from Cecilia from Muncie, number 329. I apologize again if I'm mispronouncing your name. Okay, we'll get a microphone right to you. Thank you.
I'm going to get some coffee.
Okay, I have friends and neighbors on disability. What is the plan to protect the disabled?
Really, that should be a bipartisan issue. I've worked with a lot of people with disabilities, but one thing that we need to make sure, we ensure that Medicaid that provide a lot of services for people with disability and provide better services. That's what Medicaid was intended for, to help people with disability. A lot of services were cut, and a lot of money in Medicaid go to subsidize large oligopolies that don't provide services. So we need to have this discussion because we need to make sure that we have a cost provide more choice for parents and for people with disability, for seniors too. That more nursing home, what kind of care people need. That has to be reformed. States have almost full control of Medicaid, and they haven't been using a very good job with that. I think this session they tried to do it when I was state senator. I tried to push this issue. They were not very good. So we've tried to look at the federal level how we can incentivize or punish states for bad behaviors. And that is the discussion we're going to be. We have to look because federal government responds to this problem, but states have always full discretion on Medicaid that provide a lot of service for people with disability. We need to make sure that we do better, and that's something, every time, we talk about how much money we spend. This is the most federal money spent, but I think you need to also utilize more. You like at the state house, it's much easier for you to show up. They have a budget session, and I think some of these issues we have to figure it out. So, and if you ask me to be
myself will happy to do it. Actually, we have Cecilia Colton Fishers that you're going to be sold to me club. She's running the rest of my life. They have a task force of the city work on disability initiatives, the local government, and I try to collaborate with them as much as I can, because we need to make sure that we help the most vulnerable and the benefits for progress, but don't waste money on people that are using the system, because then we'll run out of money in order to help the people that we need to help. The next question from Bob from Fishers, number 59. If you have Bob from Fishers, number 59. We'll get a microphone right to you.
My question is, are you going to?
No, I am not, and I'm actually working very hard to make sure that we come up to that stuff in the budget, to make sure that we come up to all of the fraud in the system, and able to pass taxes that will build that company. So this is something that is going to happen. This is going to happen in May. I personally, working together with all the right committees, and I'm working legislation. You understand how rare it is to work on working legislation. And what I would love to do, before we introduce this legislation, I'm actually going to see what is in these bills and understand what we're doing. Because a lot of times we're in very complex stuff, we have no idea what it is. So if you sign up, that's how it's going to sound. That's what we put on it. I don't know what's in this.